Last year, you may remember, hundreds of white supremacists marched in Charlottesville, Virginia, to protest against black people and, I'm gonna say, mosquitoes? It was a dark day in America's history, and unfortunately, the organizers decided to do it again this weekend. Luckily, like most sequels, this one didn't live up to the hype.
Anti-racist protesters are cheering the apparent flop of the Unite the Right rally in Washington on Sunday.
Organizers of the white nationalist rally expected up to 400 demonstrators. In the end, only a couple dozen showed up.
They were completely and utterly overwhelmed by the thousands of counter-protesters.
They were greatly outnumbered, even by police officers assigned to protect them. The rally ended early when it began to rain, but everybody felt that they made their point.
Oh, they had to leave because of the rain? That's why Mom always said, don't leave home without your hoods. Come on. Like, seriously, how are you gonna call yourself the master race if you have the same tolerance for water as cats? Like, you're not proving your point. But damn, seriously, only 25 people marched. Like, forget a whole clan. That's barely enough people to form a Ku Klux volleyball team. Barely enough. This week, Omarosa has been burning up the news, promoting her new book, which claims President Trump is unhinged. And last night, he helped make her case.
President Trump says former White House aide Omarosa Manigault Newman lied when she called him a racist who was heard using the N-word on tape.
In a late-night tweet, the president writing, the show's creator, Mark Brenan, just called to say there are no tapes of The Apprentice where I use such a terrible and disgusting word. I don't have that word in my vocabulary and never have.
Now, I know what you're thinking. It's weird for Trump to say he's never said the N-word, and also say Mark Burnett called him to reassure him that there's no tape of him saying the N-word. It's not a call you need to get if you've never said the word. Like, what other things has Mark Burnett called Trump to tell him he didn't do? He's like, Mark Burnett called me last night to tell me I didn't do 9/11, folks. So suck it, Bin Laden. This has been another rough week for the Trump White House. Scandals, bad press, bad poll numbers. But the good news is they found someone to blame.
White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders dropping a bombshell at today's White House briefing. She walked in and read a statement from President Trump announcing that the White House is revoking the security clearance of former CIA Director John Brennan.
Mr. Brennan has recently leveraged his status to make a series of unfounded and outrageous allegations, wild outbursts on the internet and television. Mr. Brennan's line and recent conduct, characterized by increasingly frenzied commentary, is wholly inconsistent with access to the nation's most closely held secrets.
Unfounded allegations, wild internet outbursts, and lying? Sounds like Sarah Sanders is just reading from President Trump's daily schedule. Sounds like to me, it's like, Mr. President, we need to wrap this up. You'll be late for your 12:30 outburst. Come on. And look, I don't really understand why former officials need to keep their security clearance forever. I mean, as far as I know, Nick Fury isn't showing up at John Brennan's apartment unannounced to bring him back for one last job. But something tells me that Trump isn't just protecting secrets for the good of the country.
As part of this review, I am evaluating action with respect to the following individuals: James Clapper, James Comey, Michael Hayden, Sally Yates, Susan Rice, Andrew McCabe, Peter Strzok, Lisa Page, and Bruce Orr.
Okay, that's just Trump's enemies list. It really is. He tries to hide it as something else. I'm canceling security clearance for James Comey, Peter Strzok, Rosie O'Donnell, fake news Don Lemon, Antifa, and the girl at McDonald's who gave me barbecue sauce instead of honey mustard. I thought my tongue was having a stroke, folks. Very scary. Apple has already taken over the market for computers and phones. And now they're getting ready to hit the road.
A well-connected analyst says the Apple car will roll out between 2023 and 2025. That analyst saying he expects the car to be Apple's next star product, which could revolutionize the auto industry, just like the iPhone did for the smartphone market. No comment from Apple, of course, about those predictions.
Okay, that's just a giant iPhone with wheels. And I don't know if I want to be driving an iPhone. I'll be like, Siri, turn left. You'll be like, you said drive off a cliff. No! No! And now, like with all Apple products, I'm sure that people will love this car until it starts raining and then the car stops working and you're going to have to put it in rice. It's a whole thing that happens.